let's convert a fraction to a percent. First, the word percent means out of 100. So if we have a nice fraction that has 100 as the denominator, that's pretty easy. It's just the same as 32%. If we have 32 over 100. This works because the process of turning a fraction to a percent is that we start with a fraction, we divide to change it to a decimal. So if I have 32 over 100 and I divide 32 by 100, decimal goes up, 100 goes into 320 3 times. Just think about your long division rules. And then 100 goes into 200 2 times. So it changes to the decimal 0.32. We then multiply by 100. This is the process, which is the same as moving your decimal over 2 places, and thus we have a percent. So if we think about the fraction 6/10, okay, so we take 6, we divide it by 10. Generally, not always, but generally the top number is smaller. So we're going to have to add a decimal and a 0. When we divide, the decimal goes straight up. Now, if you're using a calculator, this is pretty easy, but either way, 10 goes into 66 times. I have no remainder, so my decimal is just 0.6. Now, multiplying by 100 is this, multiply by 100 is the same as moving the decimal over twice, which is 60, and thus 6/10 is the same as 60%. Let's do a couple more. I'm not going to do long division on all of them, but I am going to do it one more time. So 17 divided by 25. I'm going to add a decimal point and 1 0. 25 goes into 176 times. 6 times 25 is 150. 170 minus 150 is 20. I bring down another 0. 25 goes into 208 times, and that's nice and easy. So 17/25 is the same as 0.68. Now, when I multiply by 100, or move the decimal over to the right twice, I have 68%. 11/16. If you divide 11 by 16, you end up with 0.6875. And again, I'm not going to do the long division because this is not about dividing decimals. After we've taken the division, because remember, the fraction bar is the same as a division sign. So 11 divided by 16 gives me 0.6875. I move my decimal 2 places to the right because I'm multiplying by 100, and I end up with 68.75%. One more just for fun. I have 23 over 32, so that's the same as 23 divided by 32. When I divide those, I end up with 0.71875 as a decimal. So remember, fraction to decimal to percent. I multiply by 100, which is moving the decimal twice, so I have 71.875%. And that is changing fractions to percents.